So from one, horrible exploit on the blockchain to another, and if you want to get into this Curve Finance thing, and I know you had sent me the couple of main posts about it. Now this happened about 2 weeks ago, so we'll cover this one quick too. But I sent those back to you, Ewok, if you wanted to look at this. But I mean, Curve Finance, I mean, this isn't something new. I mean, this is a multi-cycle thing here at this point, but they actually had their DNS hijacked from a couple of weeks ago. And I do remember this happening. We just didn't get a chance to cover it. But if you want to get into this topic, because this is a major, major platform.
Yeah, absolutely. So it said late last night, not again, this was 2 weeks ago, but it says late last night, the curve.fi domain was compromised at the DNS level. The exploit redirected traffic to a malicious IP not associated with Curve Finance. No smart contracts or internal systems were breached. The protocol itself is fully operational and secure. It goes on to say we're actively working with the domain registrar to resolve the issue. So basically, the website that they had registered, somebody placed a hijacked one in there. And what it did was it rerouted them to another protocol that essentially took your keys, and it was attached to a wallet drainer.
Wow.
I'm trying to see if it gave any kind of explanation down here of what it did. But anyway, they got control of it back. Here's the next one. It said the DNS issue impacting Curve has been identified, being resolved. They switched the domain to curve.finance so that you could safely access it. Now, that doesn't stop somebody from doing this again. So the biggest takeaway from this is, I don't know if you guys all remember how many people bitched about the IPFS servers that Richard put in place.
I can think of one person in particular, but anyway.
Excuse me. There were a lot of them. Anyway, it was the one extra button, the one extra click that was just so terrible, so hard to deal with. But the good thing was you could download the program right to your desktop and run it right from there, which would have completely taken this out of the picture, right? If everybody's running their own software, their own secure, you don't have to go to a website that could be hacked. I mean, IPFS servers are harder to get into, I believe. I don't know what kind of security they had on their domain and on their DNS, but either way, they could still try to get into an IPFS server. So by downloading and running it from your desktop, you are so much more secure than any of this. So, just you guys have to understand how far ahead this guy thinks and tries to protect us from the things that could happen. And I think he made a post earlier in the week about it. It was one of the things that he said about, in order to solve future problems, we have to learn what today's are, or something like along those lines.
Oh, yeah.
I forget how it went.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
But this is exactly what he's talking about. Things like this are what he's planned ahead for, with the downloadable front ends, so that you have it and it's on your desktop, and it cuts out all of the odds of this happening to you. So, just I can't stress enough how lucky we are to have somebody that is that thinks ahead, that he thinks so far ahead, so many steps ahead, to eliminate risks like this. So yeah, I think it's pretty crazy, the people that lost their money because of they connected to a wallet drainer. I didn't see any totals. Did you end up seeing any totals about how many people actually, or how much money got taken from people? I don't see a report, but you can only imagine there's a lot of people that use Curve Finance. So it was a pretty rough one. But either way, my point being, that one extra click or two extra clicks to download it to your desktop. Think about this when your portfolio does a a 50x from now, and you connect to a website and it gets drained. It'll make you sick. It'll literally, anyway, you get where I'm going with it.
Can't allow it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm totally with you. And we've both been a fan ever since there's been the ability to simply download and run the code for yourself on your PC. You and I have both been a fan of doing that. It's not difficult to do at all. It's like 1 or 2 extra clicks. Now, I understand the whole gripe that some people had about like, how are you going to onboard people with stuff like that? Well, you don't have to do it that way. That's just the ultimate secure way to do it, that if you take this whole thing seriously, then you can. Plus, not only that, when things become popular, whenever there's green candles, people tend to figure out what they need to do to buy something. That's just kind of the way that nature goes. Kind of a catch-22 there. So